Okay, so we here with TeeFlii and Madeline Thompson. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Hamilton, North Carolina, but I was raised in Philly since I was a year old.
Philly?
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yes.
So when did you move out here to LA?
I moved out here in 1966,
Okay.
but I came out here first in 1964 to work at Disneyland every summer.
Okay.
So the contract kept picking up, and then we would leave Disneyland and go to Las Vegas.
Okay.
Yes, so finally the group moved out here in 66.
Did you move out here for Disneyland or you
Yes, for Disneyland.
just... Okay. So then what happened with your career after you made
Well,
it?
it just kept going and going.
Okay.
We go from Vegas to overseas and different places, different venues, different theaters, different churches, different everything.
Okay.
Because it turned to a lot of whites music. Yes.
How was the transition from going from living in Philadelphia to living out here?
Oh, it was very different because then you really see the world. You meet all kinds of people, and it's just very, very exciting. Very exciting.
And then so I know you got your start in working with your grandmother and doing the drums in church. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh man, first just coming out of my grandpa's church. My grandpa was a bishop. Just coming out of his church was all playing the drums. Me and my older brother and my younger brother, Darren and Lamont. We was the drummers of the family or whatnot. But when we went around grandma, you know, it became like more of a job, you know. At church it was like, it was cool, you know, but being in front of the cameras and the lights cut on and being on stage, you know, I think that was the biggest feeling that, you know, we had.
And like, what are some of your big achievements that you, like what are your most favorite achievements that you've accomplished with your career?
Well, I think Vietnam
Okay.
was the most
can you tell
experience
me a little bit about that?
Well, it was very, very dangerous.
Okay.
But we stayed 22 days. We couldn't get out the last day because Bob Hope was coming in and they had an airstrike. So we had to stay in the airport all night long.
Sheesh.
Yes.
So what other accomplishments do you hold near and dear?
Well, so many. Disneyland,
What were you doing exactly at Disneyland?
singing the gospel.
Okay.
Yes, and people would stand around walls to get in.
Okay.
Yes. We were at the Golden Horseshoe. And then we would change to another one, and to the Fantastic Theater, and then the head, Walt Disney would throw a party and invite us.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is dope. That was a light flex.
Yeah.
Real
Yes.
quick.
Yes. So that was very exciting.
But Grandma, talk about your awards though. Like the
Oh, my
McDonald's, you know,
Well, I
the
got
Stellar
the-
Awards.
The
Those.
Thomas A. Dorsey Award, which he's the father of gospel music. I have the Stellar Awards, which is the highest award in gospel music.
Yeah, baby, you heard that. Put some respect on it.
The House of Blues Award. I was there 18 years.
Sheesh.
Yes. And that was amazing. And I have, oh my God, so many awards. I
Yeah,
can't think of.
that's dope.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's dope. I'm happy you put it like that.
Yeah.
Because I still can't count them.
yes.
Tell me what you remember growing up with your grandmother working in the churches with her, making music.
I remember like being probably like 7 or something like that, and she was on the awards. And she shouted us out like all of her grandkids.
How did that make you feel?
Man, I was too young to really even know how I felt, but I just know it was just dope. Like, man, that's my name. That's my name. That's my grandma. You feel me? And she was, you know, she was the one that made it, you know, known to all of us. Like, man, this is, you know, we take this serious. You know, it was always, you know, to have fun with it, you know, but do your job at the same time. You know, people like to be entertained, and you know, I don't take my grandma as like, oh, she's just the best singer, she's just this, but you put her up there on that stage, she gonna outperform anybody. People know Madeline Thompson, they love Madeline. There's gonna be people that watch this interview like, oh, that Maddie, that's Maddie, you feel me? So, you know, just wanted to put a lot of people up on game just to let them know, like, man, it ain't on me, it's in me, you feel me?
Right.
You like, you know, a lot of people can, you know, voice their opinions on where the, you know, the things matter, but, you know, in this family, you know, we gonna get money. So the goal is what matters.
Right.
You know, being counted on as one of those greats, you know, somebody that leave a mark, you know, and that's what I want to do, like how my grandma is leaving, you feel me? When my grandma is gone, she's left her mark, you feel me? To know that type of impact that she had on just families and people, you feel me? You gotta think about people that went there hurt and sick and got happy because they heard her sing and, you know, things like that. And it was different back in the 60s and 70s and things like that. We didn't have those type of outlets that we have right now. So to be that type of artist and you going through Vietnam and those type of things, you know, I feel blessed. I'm humbled to even be able to even meet my grandma or even experience the experience that I've had with her. You feel me? Like, it's dope. You feel me? You can't beat that.
So let me ask you, Ms. Thompson, what was your biggest sacrifice that you had when you were trying to build your career?
Well, my biggest sacrifice was leaving my son.
Okay.
And I came out here when he was 5 weeks old to do the Mitzi Gaynor show. And my mother, they sent me a telegram, Clarence Ward. And my mother said, you go ahead on, because she said, I can take care of Cecil. And in a minute, he'll be eating the same thing that she eats. And so she wrapped me up and I came on out here. That was hard for me to leave him at the time, but I did, and I appreciate it. Yes, I thank God that I did.
How do you deal with the politics of the industry?
I am the politics.
Like, what do you mean by that?
I'm the wave. You feel me? Like, so they,
you're not worried about that.
I don't worry about none of that.
You do your thing. You stay in your lane.
Yeah, man.
And okay.
Don't worry about the tough guys.
I like, because I'm not. Listen, I throw all of that out the window. Do your own thing.
I don't care about no politics and none of that. You know, like I told you, when I go out there on that stage, I'm working my family. You feel me? My grandma, the things that she's done. My other granny. You feel me? Rest in heaven, Julie Jones. And, you know, my brother, Kayvon Jones, is carrying the legacy on, you feel me? And, you know, when I walk out there on that stage, it's not about being, you know, I'm being the best person I can be, you feel me? I know how I was taught, you know, when I was coming up, and I know how to prepare for the shows, and I know how to get ready to deliver the best performance that I can deliver. So, you know, like I say, man, nobody knows what kind of work I put in. I know the hard work I put in on my off time. And that's just what I go through, you feel me? And when I get out there on that stage, I leave everything out there on that stage.